It's very hot here in Barcelona. Right, we are now hopefully on Facebook and YouTube. Let us try and see if we can do Instagram. I might have to stop these on social media if the connection doesn't hold out. Find a comfortable standing position. Yeah, Instagram doesn't seem to want to do it. Bear with me. No, it's not going to do it. Well, we're live on something. Right, let's try. Find a comfortable standing position. We'll do some warm up, and then we'll spend half of the time doing a little bit of warm up, and then we'll do some nice relaxing breath, and then a little bit of energizing breath to get us going for the day. So feet shoulder width apart. Soft into the knees, soft into the ankles. So make sure you're getting that rotation through the hips and the waist, and then just relax the arms. Breathing gently in and out through the nose. Keeping that tall spine, tall spine. And then just letting the elbows bend so you're tapping across the belly and across the back. Just keep going. Let me just try again on Instagram. Doesn't want to click to go live. And then bringing that front arm across the body just to tap into the chest. So going just, imagine where the top of the lungs are. Light fist. Should be no work in the arms. The arms should, and the shoulders should be really relaxed. You're driving from the ground, from the hips and the waist. And then we'll come into the shoulders. So the armlet's swinging across the front. You create a cup with the hand and we go right into this big shoulder muscles. That backhand is still tapping into the back. And then back to that long point just on the top of the pecs. And back to belly and back. Gradually now slowing down into water waves. Feel the difference. Maybe sink a little bit lower. Maybe you notice as we slow the movement, the breath slows, but just keep that breath gentle, light. In and out through the nose. then just take a moment just to open up the palms, open up the shoulders, standing tall, and just letting the breath settle. And then just bringing your focus just 3 finger widths below the belly button. Just a gentle bit of pressure there, just on the lower abdomen. If this feels uncomfortable, then stop. But just give yourself that gentle little pressure on the lower abdomen. And I want you to feel how that area responds to you breathing in. So as you breathe in, there's that little bit of pressure pushing the fingers out. And then as you breathe out, fingers sink back in. And just slow the breath a little bit, just to bring a little bit more conscious awareness to that spot. So remember, when we're breathing deep, it doesn't have to be big. This is that area where we're breathing deep into the core, deep into the center, deep into the root. Just follow a couple more breaths, just bringing conscious awareness to how that area responds to the breath. And then take a slightly fuller breath. So it's like a nice morning sigh, nice full breath in, little top up, and let go. Have a little bit of a shake out there. Let's do a bit of spine movement. What we're doing now, it is not about forcing this or pushing this, though. You just do this very gently, very slowly. If anything hurts, you stop. We're going to place one hand on the crown of the head. When we place that hand on the crown of the head, it helps you lengthen up a little bit taller. So we just got that hand gently resting on the crown of the head. We're then going to take the ear to the shoulder, very gently. So I don't want you to force this. I want you just to feel that little bit of lengthening here of that big muscle at the side of the neck. We're certainly not hiking the head down. It's just gently, slowly lengthening that muscle. And then we're going to take the opposite rib cage, or the opposite, not the opposite rib cage, opposite side of the rib cage, and we're just going to shunt that across a little bit. So you get a nice bit of lateral flexion through the spine, and we're just breathing into that. Do this very gently. It's not forcing, it's not pulling. Shouldn't hurt. And then without changing the head position, just glance up into the opposite direction of the ear to shoulder. If you've got a corner of the room, it's really useful just to have the corner of the room. You're just looking up into the corner of the room. If you haven't got a corner of the room, just find a little spot where you can just glance up to the side. And importantly, you're breathing. So just gentle, soft, light, easy breathing. And just a few more moments, just follow a few more breaths. Really stretching out the muscles, the fascia in the eyes. And then just very slowly bringing your head back to balance on top of the spine. Giving your arms a little bit of a shake. and then we'll swap sides. So gently rest on the crown. That helps to keep you tall, so lifting and lengthening through the crown, ear to shoulder. Again, you're just encouraging the length here, down the side. And then you're taking the opposite rib, very gently bringing that across. Breathing, keeping a comfortable place there, and then just glancing just the eyes, so you get that nice stretch through all of the fascia in the eyes. Breathing into it. Breathing into it. Gently, gently breathing. Follow a few more breaths. And then very slowly bring your head back to balance on top of the spine. And give your arms a little bit of a shake. Good, that's a really nice way to set up for our dog wags the tail. So I'll just tilt the camera down a bit. So we're shifting side to side with the pelvis. Pelvis stays level with the ground. I was speaking to Elaine about this because I was saying we always do this when we start to do that. And we don't want to be going out side to side with the hips like that, because otherwise the spine is just following the hips. If we go side to side, imagine you've got a spirit level, and we don't want that spirit level to tip side to side. So you've got your spirit level, your pelvis, and you're just gliding side to side like that, and then you can free up the upper body. Watch that we're not doing this. I can still see some of you on Zoom doing this. So spirit level, you've got that spirit level, you don't want it to move. Spirit level, keep that spirit level level. Can you keep a spirit level level? Yes. And then you free up the spine. So we want to get that wave through the spine. Wave through the spine. You'll feel the rib cage moving as well. Feel that rib cage moving. Feel the upper back moving. Very gently. And then slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. And then just take a moment of stillness. And then we'll have a little bit of a shake. So shaking out the shoulders, using the legs, using the arms, using the wrists, really freeing up the shoulders. Tapping the heels into the ground if you want a little bit more vibration going through the body. We can take slightly fuller breaths. We can do a little bit of cleansing and clearing, so you can breathe in and Good shake, freeing up the shoulders, the back of the head. And then slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Stand with your palms facing forwards, feel all the tingling sensations. Let's do one flow, just to really help to open up the chest, get that breath nice and full and deep. So we create all the space we've just created. We'll do soaring crane. So just bringing the arms up, we're breathing in. And then we rotate the shoulders, the elbows, connect the fingers, or connect the thumb and forefinger, breathe out. And I want you to just really see how slow you can go with this. So this is a very gentle breath in, calming breath in, and a very gentle breath out. And it's all in and out through the nose. Soft, light breath in. Expanding, standing a little bit taller. And then softening, letting go as you breathe out. So we're really lengthening the breath. Keep the breath smooth, keep the movement smooth. Quiet breath. Expanding as you breathe in. And then contracting and letting go as you breathe out. Follow 3 more of your breaths. And then when you've done that, just taking a rest. And then when you're ready, just find a comfortable seated position. Now that can be on the floor, can be on a chair. You could stay standing if you want to stay standing, but we just want to be in a resting posture. So ideally seated. Let me see if, I don't know why Instagram isn't going live, but that doesn't matter. Let me get rid of that off the screen. That's still going live, which is good. Hopefully you can, hopefully this hasn't, hopefully connection has been okay. What was I going to say? I was going to say something quite interesting, but I forgot what I was going to say then. Remembering about slowing the breath. So I was watching another breath coach actually made some really interesting points that we highlight, but it's important to remember just to highlight it again. If you pull the breath in, it's quite a startled breath. So that sends that sort of like emergency signal to the brain. So if we're going, it's like, whoa, what's going on? It's like a shock breath. Whereas if you just take that very gentle breath, that's a way of sending the signal to the brain to say, yeah, everything's good, everything's calm. So it's as subtle as that you can make a difference to your nervous system. So we don't want to be pulling the breath in unless we need that, maybe that little bit more energy to create a more sympathetic drive to the nervous system. What we're going to do now for the next 5 minutes or so is just focus on gentle, soft, easy breathing. Oh, Debbie's waving. Oh, Debbie's gone. I thought she was going to say, we can't hear you. Bye, Debbie. Thanks for joining. We're just going to focus on some gentle, soft, easy breathing. But I want to pay attention to the pause at the bottom of the breath. Now, I know if we've done Oxygen Advantage, we've explored the pause and we've gone to that first sort of like trigger to take a breath. I don't want to go that far with the pause. I want us to settle into the bottom of the breath. Just stay with the pause until you're ready to take that next breath. But it's not a breath hold. It's like just be in your comfort zone at the bottom of the breath just for a few moments. We're just extending that pause, maybe just for 2 or 3 beats. And I'm not going to tell you when to pause. So I'm just going to talk you through it and just give you some nice little focuses and cues. So let's get our feet in contact with the ground and supported on the surface that we're sitting. So again, this is a way of sending that signal to the brain to say, yep, all's good. I'm nice and relaxed. Relaxing into the face. Relaxing into the eye sockets. The brow. Cheekbones and jaw. And then just resting the tongue very lightly on the roof of the mouth. So that keeps the jaw relaxed. The lips are very lightly together. We don't want to create tension here in the jaw. We just want those lips lightly together. And then just notice that very soft, easy inhale. So slightly cooler air as you're breathing in. Let's just focus on the inhale just for a few moments. Just breathing naturally. Just tuning into the cool air as it flows in the nose, into that space, into the nasal cavity. Notice how it hits the back of the throat. Cool air flowing in through the nose. And then the exhale, just a natural exhale. Just letting go, just let that breath go. And then just noticing the pause at the bottom of the breath and maybe staying there for a couple of beats. So that space at the bottom of the breath is a little bit of reset. Just pause a little bit longer. Just consciously pause a little bit longer at the end of each breath. But not to the point where you're feeling any air hunger or any stress. Just waiting a couple of beats till your body tells you it needs to breathe. And then just following 2 more breaths. And then taking a slightly fuller breath after that second breath, breathing in. And let's do a little bit of movement. Let's do a little bit of expansion. If you've got your eyes closed, opening your eyes. And then letting go. And we're just going to do, just to finish off the session, we're just going to do 10 rapid fire breaths. So it's all, and we can do this sitting, it's almost like you are, and I'll just move that down so you can see, diaphragm is coming back up. Remember, think what happens when we breathe in, the diaphragm moves down. When we breathe out, that diaphragm goes back up into that resting position like that. So diaphragm flattens, if you like, when you breathe in. When you breathe out, it comes back up into the rib cage, into that relaxed resting position. So when we're doing the rapid fire breaths, diaphragm's coming back up. So just think about blowing out a candle really rapidly, or rapidly even, for 10 breaths, just to wake us up. So we take a nice full breath in, and 10 rapid fire. And then let the breath settle. And then we'll go again, breath in, and 10 rapid fire. Let the breath settle. And that can be out through the mouth, those rapid fire breaths. Obviously, we're not breathing like this all day long. So that's fine to have that exhale through the mouth. Breath in. And final 10 rapid fire. Just to get that diaphragm working. Hopefully you've not just had your breakfast. And then let go. Just let that breath settle. Excellent. We will finish there. Hopefully the signal has been clear and you got something out of today's session. But then look good. Tom's putting his thumb up there on Zoom, so that's good. Keith's putting his thumb up too, so that's actually really useful to know, because I mean I am on 5G, so it is good that you're on 5G. But hopefully I shall be still here on Wednesday. I will be back in London at some point this week. But still here on Wednesday, when we'll do a little bit more movement and breath on Wednesday. So thanks ever so much for joining. Appreciate it. Have a good day. Have a good start to your week. And I will hopefully see you on Wednesday. Adios.
Thanks.
Bye.
Adios. Adios, amigo.
I think I saw your hotel, Keith, this morning. Which was the hotel you stayed in?